Am I the asshole for not sharing medical history before being pranked? Hey yo, I'm a schizophrenic. Started when I was 22 and will last till I die. I'm active in schizophrenic communities, go to groups, the works, but I'm fairly private about it to most people. It's fairly common for people to think I'm eccentric, comes with the turf, due to some of my habits. Those habits include not going to parties or other places with lots of people, suddenly deciding not to do something. I have to be protective not to do or go to certain things if I think a delusion might be coming on. Saying the occasional odd quip, normal schizophrenic stuff. Some group of friends got together and thought it would be funny to make it seem like I might be going crazy. They would individually wear something silly like a wizard hat or dinosaur costume, T-Rex blow-up costume, to a group event or say something totally out of the ordinary, pretend like it was normal. For example, police like to track people like you. COVID is just a way to microchip you, etc. These are very real scary thoughts for me. I would ask members of the group if they had heard concerns about these conspiracies or weird garb from the other members, but they all acted like they had hung out with that particular member that day and I hadn't been involved. I was really scared that this could have been a massive delusion morphing into a full psychosis, so I preemptively checked myself into a hospital to stop myself from potentially hurting myself or diving further into the rabbit hole, common in schizophrenic community. I was so scared my medication stopped working. No one heard from me for a few days while I was in the hospital, and when I checked out, I confided in one of them about what had happened. I got a really long apology explaining what had happened, and I blew up at them. I have ignored attempts from the others to try and apologize and have no desire to talk with them again. Am I the asshole for not previously stating that I am a schizophrenic?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm over here thinking like, yo, these friends are the worst pieces of shit ever. They know their friend's schizophrenic and they're trying to make them think they go crazy. I feel like there's honestly like no assholes here. I feel like it's it could be, I don't know. Like I feel like that's a kind of funny prank. You know what I mean? A group of people get together like, yo, we're gonna make Dave think he's kind of like lost his shit a little bit.
Yeah.
Other
like
people.
I've seen those ones like sorry, don't mean to cut you off. I've seen the ones like at a workplace where people are like on this day we wear this or whatever, and everybody comes in looking normally and one person looks really fucking weird.
Exactly. Yeah, so like I feel like that's that prank's not like out there. Mm-hmm. Because they didn't know he was schizophrenic. If they did know, that's fucking insanity to do that to somebody who is schizophrenic. Yeah. But at the same time, I don't think you it's your medical history. You don't owe anybody anything. You didn't have to tell them that. So I just think it's a tricky situation and just like, what are the odds? Mm-hmm. Damn.
Yeah. The overall vote is not the asshole. Top comment says, not the asshole. Even if you didn't disclose your medical history, they knew enough that saying those things would fuck with you. If a prank doesn't leave both parties laughing, it isn't a prank. It's bullying.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I don't think we went that far yet. This is a long-term prank. So
it is like fucking with her, even regardless of a schizophrenic.
Okay. I would say, how long did this prank go for? It was just like one day, maybe 2 days at the most, where like something happened. Like he saw Jim in the morning. Jim was wearing a wizard hat. He saw Frank in the afternoon. Frank said something weird.
There's an edit.
And it's okay. And it's like over like one day. Okay. But this has been like over a month, a year. That's not a prank anymore. That's just bullying or genuinely fucking with somebody. Oh.
So the edit says, people have been saying to post the length of the prank. Around 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's long.
That's really long.
I feel like
maybe
that's
like
too
showing
long.
up in like a freaking dinosaur costume and people are just like, no, there's nothing weird here. Like I would think, even if like without a diagnosis, I would think I'm going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's actually not fun. That's not cool.
I don't think the length. I feel like the length determines. Like
3 weeks.
It's a 1 day thing.
Yeah.
Like he sees Frank in a dinosaur costume, and then Franco changes quickly, and next thing you know, Fred's wearing a wizard hat, and then it's at like a birthday party.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
For like an hour.
Yeah. Well, you see those pranks, those like videos and like
Yeah.
TV shows of like the things that like don't make sense. There's like this one guy who does like really good skits for it. Like you know like the bartending uh like juice
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
pop
Dispenser thing.
dispenser.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the Bluetooth one. The prank is like a Bluetooth one and makes people think they're going crazy. Like, what am I looking at? Like, and he like presses the button and like Sprite comes out of it, but it's cordless. It's like Bluetooth. But
Oh.
there's like a cable that goes through his sleeve
Oh.
that goes into it. That's where
Yeah,
the
I feel
liquid's
like
coming
stuff
from.
like that is funny.
That's funny. Doing that over 3
3
weeks to
weeks.
someone. Imagine they picked a target and they're like, yo, we're going to do 15 different like mind-bending
Yeah.
pranks on them over like 3 weeks. That's too far.
That is, I
That's-
think it is too far.
That's not funny
Anybody
anymore.
without a diagnosis of schizophrenia
Is going to think they're
is going
going
to check
crazy
themselves
into a hospital.
yes.
Or go to get help. Yeah. Yeah. I say your friends suck.
Yeah.
Shouldn't matter if you are schizophrenic or not. And then they just
like
the chances.
really, yeah, exactly.
One
Like
in
the worst
7
person.
billion.
The worst. I think schizophrenia is very common, more than you think.
No, I agree with that.
Okay.
But then you have to add in the factor of friends pranking them.
Yeah, true.
The chances of the friends pranking a
True.
schizophrenic
Yeah.
would then have to be like an incredibly high number of
That
like
is
that
true.
happening. Oh,
Yes,
that's insane.
and this sucks. I don't think OP can. I'm saying she because in my head it's a she, but sorry. There was no gender specified.
It's okay. I said he at
OP,
one point.
I know. OP, I think probably will never get over this because even though like it was done without them having all the information, I don't think OP will ever trust them again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's tough. All right. Back to me.